Greetings once again. It's your boy Cypher Da MC, the Muhammad Ali of MCs. Back with you once again. Another week is upon us. It's the midweek. I'm still trying to get used to coming to you guys in the middle of the week, so bear with me. Thank you for rocking with me. If you've been holding me down this long and rocking with your boy, I appreciate you so very much. It's been a journey, and it's a snowball effect. It's going to keep getting better and better. DJ is on point. Yep. Steph Curry. Kyrie. If you're new to the podcast, thank you so much for the first time. You're in for a treat. If you've been rocking with me, you know, YouTube channel, drop a mic on the like button for your boy. It definitely helps the channel grow, and that's all this channel is about, is growth and getting to the best version of ourselves as we are on this journey together. And I say we because I'm on this journey with you. So again, I appreciate you, as you could have been anywhere in the world. You most likely are, and I appreciate that. Shout out to Jay-Z. I said, all right, there we go. We're going to get into our disclaimers so that way we can make sure everything is covered. I'm not a psychiatrist nor a psychologist. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not a family therapist. I'm not a sex therapist or anything of the sort. I don't have any masters or doctorates on my wall from Harvard. I am just a regular Joe Schmo. Just a regular guy giving you the benefit of his experience, my observations of human nature, and just seeing where we can actually improve and fulfill the purpose that the Creator has created us to fulfill. Boom, there it is. There it is. Under 3 minutes, right? So today's topic, again, starts off like self-destruction. Today's topic, as you can see there, how good is your character credit? What? Now, this may seem kind of weird or everything, and that's just how my mind works. So when I come up with these topics, or when these topics come to me, I have no idea oftentimes what angles or what perspectives, and then it just kind of hits me and falls into place. Like playing Connect 4, it just falls into place and everything. So basically, we judge people oftentimes by how they treat us or how they represent themselves, right? So character is basically your credit with people. Basically how your worthiness is based. Like, can they trust you at your word? If you say that you're going to be here at such and such a time, or if you're going to do this specific thing or that specific thing, can they count on you to come through? Whereas credit, as it relates to, you know, banks and financial services and things of that nature, is basically your character worthiness with them. So it's kind of pretty much the same, it's like opposite sides of the same coin. So character is your credit with people, you know, your friends, maybe even total strangers, colleagues, just people in general that you normally come into contact with. Whereas your credit is your character with basically banks or financial institutions, or they have that power to kind of lend you something or give you something based on your character or your credit. So how good is your character credit? I know we often ask a lot of people because we want them to be there for us, or we want them to support us, or to even motivate us, or things of that nature. But how good is your character credit? Often it is said that respect is a two-way street. Yep. And I'm a firm believer in that. Yeah, that credit, that character is also a two-way street. You can't expect someone to give you, have their credit or character worthiness high and yours is low. It's not, there's an imbalance there. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Sometimes there are those of us that do require more of people than we're willing to give ourselves. But it's not really a matter of giving. It's a matter of, do you do things for people but complain about doing it? Come on, be honest. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, do I volunteer for something, but deep down I really don't want to do it? Do I do it begrudgingly? Do I do it, you know, with some sort of reservations in my heart or anything like that? I'm a firm believer that if you're going to commit to something, you do it wholeheartedly until the other person's character comes into play and says, hey, they don't deserve this. They don't deserve that that feeling that you give them, that you're always going to be there for them, even if they don't live up to those expectations. Sometimes we have to look at their credit worthiness as far as character wise, and we have to look at ourselves as well. It's like, am I giving this person so much that I'm not expecting more from them? Like, is my character credit good? Am I doing everything that I say that I'm going to do? Am I coming through? Am I fulfilling some sort of need for them? Maybe they're asking something of me and maybe I'm not coming through. Okay, I need to do better. I need to make sure that I am coming through for them. I need to make sure that I'm good. I need to make sure that my credit, my character credit is good. I need to make sure that it is outstanding, as high as it can be, to whereas no one will ever say, well, hey, this guy, he's 10 toes down. I can depend on him, or I can always count on her. No matter what, whether it's rain, shine, she's always there. Oftentimes we should look at ourselves first. And if you've listened to the show for a while, you know that I'm always about looking at self first, to improve self, to take care of self first. And sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves, no matter how much it may hurt. Like, you know what? Sometimes I'm a little shaky. Yep. Sometimes I get all, hyped up and excited, and then I realize later on, I really wasn't feeling it. But if you still come through, that's good, but you want to do it with a clear heart. You want to do it with a clear conscience. You want to kind of say, you know what, moving forward, if I say that I'm going to do something, it's going to be because I want to do it. I see the greater vision or greater outlook of it. I'm not sitting there like, oh, yeah, I'll do it. I'm not going to do it begrudgingly. I'm not going to do it with, any type of, oh my gosh, why me? I'm going to do it wholeheartedly. So that way someone down the line will say, they may not say it to you, but they'll say it to someone else. Hey, I can always count on that guy. I can always count on her to be there. Their character, they carry themselves with such high character that if they say they're going to be there, they're going to be there. I don't have to worry about them saying something is this or that, and then it's not. And you know what? I'll give you the perfect example of that. The boy who cried wolf. Right? This little boy or whatever, he thought it was funny, or he thought it was kind of just, having a howling of a good time. No pun intended, since he's crying wolf. And anyway, he's crying wolf, and then everyone is coming and running and got their pitchforks and whatever. This is during those times where there really wasn't weapons or anything like that. It was just whatever you could find to defend yourself with. That's what we're going to use. Pitchforks, shovels, whatever. And then there came a time when this young man, misguided, actually saw a wolf. It was actually a wolf. And, Guess what? He went through the town or through the city or through the village or whatever it was. He's crying wolf, and no one believed him. No one believed him. He was looked at with disdain. Why? Because his character suffered. Because his character credit went down. No one put any faith in what he was saying. Why? Because he had done it so many times. He had cried wolf, and there was constant, you know what, there's nothing going on. Oh, it's a joke. Okay, it's not funny. Boom, boom, boom. So when this time, and there's different versions of what happened to him. Some versions he got eaten. He got attacked or whatever. Some versions have the wolf, attacking someone else or whatever. By that time, it was too late. Someone that is ready to strike out on their own and get their first apartment. You and your roommates are all ready and set to go to live the good life and pretty much get your life started. Or are you about to leave college and looking for a new place to live in the new city with your new degree? Well, guess what? There's a company called Credit Rent Boost that will allow you to get credit for the rent that you pay and get it reported to the credit bureaus. This will not only allow you to boost your credit, but also set you up long term so when you are ready to make your first purchase as a homeowner. So give them a try. CreditRentBoost.com, and you can use promotion code OVM24522. It may be the best decision you ever made. And pretty much his credit was gone. It was like, how can we believe? Well, he was gone too. But it was like, how can we believe anything that you say when it was just lie after lie or just story after story, just you're making things up and you're not taking responsibility for your actions. You're not holding yourself accountable. But by the time things actually came around, things were serious enough, then what happened? It was too late. That's pretty much the best depiction I thought of as far as the boy who cried wolf. His character was so shot. His character was so shot. His credit was so gone with people that they didn't believe him. They looked at him as someone who was always going to be that way. He was always going to be the one that made up stories to try to get attention. He didn't have high enough character or carried himself with dignity to know when things were serious and when not to play games. And he found out the hard way. Again, there's different versions that I've heard. He either got eaten or the wolf attacked the village or attacked someone else, or, they all started doing, I don't know, the routine from Thriller, I don't know. Whichever one of those you believe there. But that is pretty much what came to mind when this topic came to me, that if you yourself commit to being a person of high character, people are going to trust you more. People are going to do things for you that they likely wouldn't do for anyone else. You gave a good representation of who you are. And we all know in these days and times it's kind of hard. We're a little bit more judgmental of people, sometimes unfairly. Only because we've been dealt a blow where someone's character came into play and it was like, you said you were going to do this, but you failed to come through. And it just happens. Have you ever thought of possibly starting your own podcast? Well, I can tell you firsthand it can feel overwhelming if you don't know where to get started, and that's where Buzzsprout comes in. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch a professional podcast, already helping over 100,000 people launch their own podcasts. Buzzsprout will get your podcast into every major podcasting platform like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. You also will get a great-looking podcasting website and so much more. To start your own podcast and get a $20 Amazon gift card, follow the link in the show notes. This lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you and helps support our show. Buzzsprout, the easiest way to start a podcast. It's very hard these days to trust people because people sometimes can be they can be your worst enemy, they can be your best friend, they could be your frenemy. So I understand. I get it. And I think that is why it behooves. We're using our SAT words, people.
There's facts, man.
It behooves us to be the best representation of ourselves at all times. Be consistent. You want to make sure that you are bringing you to the table in any interaction. Not what you think people want to see or hear, but the real you. I myself I appreciate honesty more than anything. Like, if you're going to be a jerk, just be a jerk. That way I'll know how to interact with you or not interact with you. Don't pretend not to be a jerk and then it comes out later on that you're just a plain old jerk and you can't be trusted, you know, you don't know how to treat people, etc., etc. Be you. Be genuine. Be honest. If you're asked to do something and from the heart you want to do it, then say so. Do not do something because you feel compelled or you don't want to look bad or as a mean person. Again, most people, if they truly value honesty rather than trying to get something out of you, they will value your being honest. You know what? I don't feel comfortable with doing that. I would do that, but these are the reasons that I'm not going to do that. It's not a matter of whether or not they, accept or like what you said or your response. It's a matter of them understanding that you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it because you're related to them. You don't have to do it because you've known them for a long time. Yep. If they respect you enough, then they will say, you know what? I respect your decision. I may not like it. I may not agree with it, but I respect your decision and I respect the fact that you were honest enough with me to give me your perspective. Everything is not going to always end up with a happy ending or everyone is in, holding hands or singing Kumbaya. It doesn't always end up like that. But if you value yourself, if you value your character, you can be honest as a person. It's not about being nice. It's not about being, the one that everyone goes to because, oh my gosh, they're so whatever. Your character will always be the credit that you carry with you. And it will always be the worthiness that people see. Can they trust you? Are you genuine? Are you honest with them? Having them respect what you say and do in the long run will always have your character intact because they will know that you are consistent. It's hard to find consistency these days. But let's face it. When you find someone that is consistent, whether good or bad, whether if they're consistently not a good type of individual, guess what? They're showing you their true self. You will know how to deal with them. If this person cannot be trusted with money, then you'll know, okay, this is who they genuinely are. I know not to leave money around them. I know not to leave expensive things around them. I know what I can do. I know how to deal with them. But always look at self first. Look at your character first. Is your character credit where it needs to be? Is it high enough to where people can look at you and count on you no matter what? And are you honest enough with yourself first and then them to say no or to say yes and have a clear conscience about it? Something to think about, But as you know, each and every week, bring you a new episode You know the store's coming. I know I've been saying it for I don't know how long, but you know your boy got to get it right. That's just the type of guy I am. Merch is coming. It might be this fall, might be the winter, I don't know. But you're going to be bundling up in something. Like I said, I'm just a regular Joe Schmo, just a regular guy trying to do the very best that he can do. Again, drop a mic on the like button for you, boy. And as always, before you love anyone else, you must first love yourself. And I am out this thing. Cypher.
I will not lose. Let me tell you dudes what I do to protect this. Shoot at you actors like movie directors.